Hello everyone, it's your host Seth the Programmer. So recently some interesting shit happened with Gohan that really added some controversy to power scaling, like how the Mystic Form works and all of that. We also learned some stuff about Piccolo, like Piccolo's new jacked off power. And yeah, let's just get into it. So imagine Toei is like an abusive boyfriend. They're like, Seth, bring your ass here. I'm like, I'm sorry, senpai. What is it? This is how I want my sandwich. This is how this sandwich will be and is. And here is the recipe for said sandwich. I'm like, of course, master. I will get that sandwich right away. I then bring them their completed sandwich. The recipe is perfect. There isn't a thing wrong with this sandwich. And then all of a sudden, just a fucking smack to my face. I'm like, senpai, what's wrong? And they're like, I like the sandwich, but I changed my mind. I want a different one. I'm like, yes, master. How would you like your sandwich? And like, this is how it will be from now on. And then they hand me Mystic Gohan isn't his base form. That's what basically just happened. Now, a lot of you guys were hinting like, hey, Mystic Gohan isn't his base form. And I was like, okay, that's a fair assumption. Like, I don't disagree heavily with that. You know, he didn't use Super Saiyan versus Buu tanks, right? So I was like, okay, as a Super Saiyan, he would be stronger than Mystic, because just because he's rusty, stacking a 50 times multiplier is a big fucking deal, right? So he should be able to surpass Mystic. And then the anime is like, nah, if you're Super Saiyan, you ain't stronger than Mystic. And I'm like, oh, okay, fair enough. And I'm glad they answered the question, right? Now we know Mystic can't be stacked with Super Saiyan, or maybe it can be in the future. As I'm glad they answered a question that a lot of us had. But now that question opens up more questions, like, for example, Taguma. How strong is Taguma now? For example, like Gohan, I imagine, you know, the Elder Kai, when he unlocked Gohan's potential, he unlocked a lot of his power, like, even in base form, even without, like, the Mystic Transformation or the Ultimate Transformation, his base form would obviously be amped as well. And then you could say, with the Z-Sword training, you could wank him and say that he surpassed his Super Saiyan form in base. Like, he was struggling to lift the Z-Sword as a Super Saiyan. Later, he's shown lifting it in his base form casually, right? So, I mean, if you wank it like that, that would explain why base Gohan is equal to Piccolo even after getting rusty. Because he had amped base form from the Elder Kai, and then he got the Z-Sword training, which could have amped him even further. Great. And then for the Lavender fight, he wasn't ultimate, but it's still possible he could be ultimate level. Okay, so for the Taguma fight, it's impossible for him to be ultimate level. It's no longer an argument. He is not ultimate level. But for Lavender, it's still very possible. Actually, it is possible, because base Gohan was dicking on Lavender, and Lavender was comparable to Basal, maybe way stronger than Basal, because literally Fat Buu completely destroyed amped Basal, who ate like this mystical fruit that amped his abilities beyond what they should be, and Lavender's just like, haha, fodder, right? And these characters were completely surprised when they saw foes that were way stronger than themselves, like Super Saiyan Blue and stuff like that. When Lavender saw these guys fight, he's like, okay, I can hit these guys, I can easily grab one of them and poison the fuck out of him, and then dick on him. That's what he was thinking. So he at least has relative power to Basal, because he thinks he can at least tag these fighters. Meaning Gohan, in his base form, is more than likely Fat Buu level, possibly above. And as implied by the Super Scoop guides, he's around ultimate level, because it says, oh, here's Ultimate Gohan. So possibly it might be referencing that his base form is as strong as Ultimate Gohan, which is not far-fetched at all, because even while blind, couldn't sensing his opponent's energy and jacked as fuck, he was destroying like a Super Saiyan 2 level fighter that could probably give Buu a few kicks around, which is insane. Even if you said that Gohan was slightly weaker than Fat Buu, multiply that by 50, he'd be stronger than Ultimate Gohan from the Buu saga, no matter what. So that scaling still remains the same. I actually touched up on this in an old video before I even learned about the guide that said he was ultimate in base. With the ultimate form, it would only be more powerful than the Buu saga, because this Gohan in his base form is as strong as Fat Buu. Gohan from the Buu saga was not anywhere near Super Saiyan 2 or Fat Buu level in base, right? He was more like base Goku level, if anything. So this Gohan here could possibly be hundreds of times stronger than the one from the Buu saga, which is actually fucking insane, because Piccolo then comes out and starts and fucking chokes out Super Saiyan Gohan, who could be stronger than Ultimate Gohan from the Buu Saga. How did Piccolo get so damn powerful? Wasn't Piccolo just fighting Gohan in his base form? And then if anything, shouldn't Gohan have more potential? It's like Gohan gets jacked, and then Gohan jacked goes Super Saiyan, and here's Piccolo a few days later after training, he's just dicking on him. Like, what? We need to talk about Piccolo's potential. Like, what's up with Piccolo, bro? The new Gohan has a form stronger than Super Saiyan 3 without any of the negative side effects. And honestly, I'm very excited to see Gohan with his new potential in the series. It's unfortunate that, you know, it added some convolution to the Tagoma thing, but we'll figure out how Tagoma is over time. And we'll probably learn something more about these powers in the future, and possibly Gohan will get even more powerful, and Piccolo too, hopefully, in the Tournament of Power. So anyways, hope you enjoyed, and till next time.